What's up, guys, and welcome back to 8 Count.
So guys, today we're speaking about Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia.
So obviously they have finally agreed to a match. Ryan Garcia coming off of the back of a win after his layoff. It's a big fight to get into.
Yeah, it's a big fight with a new trainer because he left Canelo as well.
Yeah. So obviously he had a lot of things to say about the Canelo camp. Obviously it was a lot of respect, but he said at the end of the day, Canelo's trainer focused on him, and he decided to step away and now focus on himself for this upcoming fight. How do you see Garcia handling that fight?
You know what? When the fight got announced, obviously there was a lot of back and forth on Twitter and stuff.
Yeah.
And then when the fight got announced, it was at 135 lightweight division.
Yeah.
But then I thought, you know what, Tank might have it just because he's got the power. Like we've seen him knock out like quite a few people coming on. But then even though Ryan Garcia had problems with Canelo's camp, Gervonta Davis left Mayweather he left the promotion on that side of things. And plus there's I think 10 will be a rehydration clause. So I don't know how that's going to affect him.
It seems like Garcia's had to make a lot of sacrifices to make this fight happen. Although he didn't make a big deal about it when they signed the contract, I think bit by bit things have started to be announced.
Yeah.
And people are starting to realise sacrificed a lot in order to make this fight happen, which I guess shows his commitment to the sport. I think it's a tricky one, right? Because obviously we know Tank is probably one of the best in the lightweight division. Obviously Garcia's up there as well. But is there a chance that Garcia can win this fight?
I think obviously there is a chance because he's got that blazing hand speed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we've seen...
He's got the power.
He's got the power and blazing hand speed.
And I think what we saw against Luke Campbell, he's got a hot.
Yeah.
Got knocked down, got back up, and he dominated that fight.
It's one of those things, isn't it, where I think a lot of people are going to be like, it's speed vs power.
Yeah.
But then we have to see how... It all depends how the fight plays out. I feel like first few rounds, Ryan Garcia is going to come out really fast.
Yeah.
But I think that this is the fight that's going to take... It's going to be... I feel like it's going to be one of those fights where Ryan Garcia stops him in the first 6 rounds, and then the last rounds, you would think Tank comes on.
So you say if Garcia wins this, it has to happen early.
Yeah, it has to be quick,
And with Tank winning, you see it happening in the later stages.
Because I can just feel like Tank was just going to go slow. He's going to take the pace and just wait for him to slow down with his body shots and stuff. Fair
enough. Also in the lightweight division, we have Devin Haney versus Lomachenko. How do you see that one going now? And I think this is... I don't know what fight I'm more excited for. I think these are 2 huge fights. Obviously, Lomachenko hasn't had probably the career people thought he was going to have after losing to Lopez. I don't know. I think Devin Haney, he kind of goes under the radar. I don't think people give him the flowers that he deserves.
I think Devin Haney he's not like a power puncher.
Yeah.
But he's got he's like a pretty boy skilled fighter.
Yeah.
And I think the last 2 fights he had against, I don't know what that guy is. I can't forget the guy's name, but he fought in Australia.
Yeah.
It was obviously it was for the belts, but it was quite lackluster.
Yeah.
But
Cambosos.
Yeah, Cambosos, yeah. So he hasn't got that power, but he's got the technical ability to pull through this fight.
I think with Haney, what you see is what you get. You're going to get someone who's going to outbox you, who's going to go the distance and can go the distance and win convincingly. Yeah. A lot of people have questioned whether he has the power in the division, but it's a fighter's chance, Yeah. If you can land the punch and you can knock someone out. Obviously, it hasn't happened as much for him, but I think with that fight against Lomachenko, you've got 2 very technical fighters. So it's it's a very 50-50 fight.
Who do you think has the momentum?
I think going into that fight, it's got to be Haney, right?
Yeah, I think Lomachenko's probably going to be underdog, but he's one of those underdogs, he can, win the fight landslide, it's not even a competition.
I think the thing is with him is, it can be, you can have him, bottom of the pile of the big ones right now. Yeah. But it's just one performance, and he's propelled straight back to the top. Yeah. And I think... And then he puts himself back into the contention, holding all the cards, all the belts. So yeah, I think that one's interesting as well. I think Garcia Tank, it can go either way. It depends whose night it is.
In a weird way, I feel if Haney beats Lomachenko, it's still a winnable fight. Let's say whoever wins between Gervonta Davis or Garcia, they can somehow still beat. It's easy for them to beat Devin Haney. But if Lomachenko wins, it's still for someone to beat Lomachenko is still quite hard.
Yeah, I think it's his movement. It's just the way he navigates in the ring.
But then he's gone older. I think he's 36 years old or something. Yeah, the age side as well. He's been out of the ring. All the stuff that's happening in Ukraine and stuff.
Yeah,
is he the same fighter?
Everyone thought with Usyk, everyone thought, the Ukraine situation would affect him, but he came in and dominated his fights. So it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting. Okay, so let's just go over our predictions. Garcia and Tank. How do you see? Who do you think is gonna win that?
I think Tank stops him round 8.
You know what? I'm just going to play devil's advocate. I'm going to go on the other side.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Ryan Garcia by knockout. I'm going to go early. I'm going to go 4th.
What do you think about Lomachenko and David Haney?
It's going to go points, I think.
Yeah.
I like Haney, but I really like Lomachenko too. It's a hard one. I'm going to go with what my heart says. I think I'm going to go with Devin Haney by points.
I'm going to say Lomachenko split decision, to be
Really?
fair. Yeah.
Okay, so we've gone opposite fighters.
I think he's just going to do it.
And another fighter who's kind of going under the radar since his loss, Teofimo Lopez. What's happening with him?
No, I think he has some mental health issues or something, because like, he was saying some weird stuff in the post-fight when I don't know he beat someone. But I think, to be fair, I think what he should do is rematch Kambosa, because he lost to him. Get that momentum back.
I think he should drop his dad.
He hates his dad, innit?
I think drop the dad as the trainer and keep it moving. There's only so much someone can take you, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And I get it. They have a good bond. They work together. But I feel like he becomes very destructive when it comes to like the press conference. When it comes to times where he's supposed to be locking in, I feel like he's a bit too active for someone who's supposed to be a trainer. I get it. He's your dad. You're trying to protect your son. But with that being said, I think to elevate your career back to where you want to be, I think he should consider that. Guys, let us know what you think of all those fighters. Well, who do you think's gonna win in the Lomachenko fight and the Ryan Garcia fight? We'll be back again soon.